Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday, 3/29/23. Can you believe we only have a couple more days of March and then we're already into April? Today's actually a big day in the Stampin' Up world. Right now, our CEO, Sarah, is releasing the new in colors, but because of my Workshop Wednesday, I'm not going to be able to see them and share them with you. I kind of have my computer on going over there, so if you see me looking over there, I'm trying to take a sneak peek into what's going on, and then maybe I can share with you. But if you're a demonstrator, you can go onto the demonstrator website and you're going to be able to see the new annual catalog. We're going to be able to do a pre-order out of the new annual catalog, but currently they're releasing the new in colors. So if you're not familiar, every year they introduce 5 new colors, which they call the in colors, and they last for 2 years. So we always have 2 sets of in colors at one time. So the ones that are going out this year, we're going to bring in a new set of 5, and those are the ones that they're releasing today. So just a reminder, I have my all occasion card class available to register. It's going to be April 14th. You'll make 2 of each of these cards, and you can order this class kit to go as well. You'll just need to have all the stamp sets that I use, and I use the Two-Tone Flora, Forever Fern, the seashell, I can't think of it. Friends are like seashells, that might be the name of it. And then the Friendly Gnomes. So you'll just need, I'll send all the materials for you to make them. It's just, I'm not allowed to send stamped images. So the registration, I'll post all the links to all this stuff I'm telling you about at the end of my video. Today, today's prize when you share my video is gonna be a package of the Brights DSP. Last week's winner was Susan Carnero. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And then there's only a couple more days left of the March Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, because April 1st we will start with a new one. So today we're going to be making this little Easter basket. Oops. I'm like backwards on my camera. If you want the step-by-step instructions, it comes out in my email every Sunday. So all you have to do is join my email list, or you're just gonna have to keep replaying this video to get all the measurements and what I do. All right, so let's go ahead and get started for this. So this is the Easter basket. And it's going to use 1 piece of cardstock. I got all kinds of goodies. It actually holds a lot. You could probably put a lot more in here. But this is what we'll be making. So we're going to start off with a piece of fresh freesia cardstock. And it's going to be 8.5 by 8.5. So we know this side's already 8.5. Let me find my instructions. This section is 8.5. This is 11, so we're going to cut it down to 8.5. And then we're going to need a 1-inch piece, a 1-inch by 8.5 for our handle. So I might as well cut that now. And then we are going to score this piece, but I'm going to use my scoring tool because there's a few, I shouldn't say complicated, but you'll see. We're going to score it. So we're going to score at 2.5 and 6. And then we're going to rotate it. Just rotate it once. You can rotate either way, but as long as it's the opposite of these lines. And we're going to score again at 2.5 and 6. Okay, so now here's where I was saying about the complicated. It's not complicated, but These little sections, see how this one's bigger, the center section's bigger. These little sections, we're gonna score those, and we're gonna score at 7/8 and 1 3/4. And then we're gonna go over to this section and we're gonna score at 6 3/4 and 7 5/8. So now instead of rotating this, no, for some reason I did that wrong. It's not 7 5, oh, 7 5/8. I messed up. I did 7 7/8. 7 5/8. I knew this one was big in this. So instead of rotating, so we're going off this score line, not this one, but it's okay. We can cover it. We're going to flip the paper over and we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go at 7/8 over here, 7/8, 1 3/4, 6 3/4. And let me get this one right this time, 7 5/8. So 5/8 is the one right after the half. Okay, so that's what our paper is going to look like. And you'll see how those are going to come into play. So first, to make it, I don't want to lose anything there. Drop my trimmer like I did last time. We're going to use fresh freesia. And I think before we cut it, it's probably easier to stamp it all. So we're going to stamp the little Easter eggs. Hi, Wendy. We're using the Easter bunny. There is a bundle which includes the punch, but the punch is currently not available, but the Easter bunny stamp set is. So you can, this only does this one image, so the rest you can cut out. It's not a problem, but we're going to use these Easter eggs for now. So I'm just using fresh freesia ink. That's a mouthful, fresh freesia, on fresh freesia cardstock. And we're just going to stamp these all over. There's no right or wrong. So you can flip it around. We're just going to do all this. Let's try and do this quick. The one section that you really don't need to put any eggs on is this middle square, because it's going to be the bottom of your basket. So like I said, they're releasing the colors. I just peeked over and it looks like there's a new yellow coming out. I didn't catch the name. I just seen, it looked like I seen a yellow go by and I seen a brown go by. So I really didn't know that they were going to be releasing the colors exactly the same time as my workshop Wednesday. But if you, this basket is really easy. What's taken most time is right here what I'm doing now. And that's only because I didn't want my paper to be plain. The first one I made was plain. It just looked plain. I tried to stamp just these sections and it just looked plain. So there we go with that. And then so now we're going to burnish all our score lines. The big lines, you don't have to do those other ones. These ones are just to help us cut, to know where to cut. And yes, one of the sections is going to be smaller than the other two because I couldn't figure out the dimension. I mean, we would have had to get into 16ths to make these all the same. This one's smaller. That's why I had you flip it, because these four here are smaller than these ones, but nobody will ever know. So let's get our paper snips, and now we're just going to snip up these score lines. So I need scissors with the longer blade because I'm cutting these all crooked. All right. So we're just gonna cut up those lines. And you probably won't be able to tell that mine are crooked. So I hope everybody's getting some nice weather. We have the sun out today, but it was cold. Actually, I wasn't even sure I was going to get this video done on time today. I went to go drop my husband off to meet some friends to go golfing. And on my way back, my car broke down. And I was stuck. And I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I call? So, of course, I called my husband, who was on his way to pretty much Santa Fe, and he couldn't turn around. His friends, you know, they had a tea time. So I called my cousin, and he had to come rescue me. Luckily, I was out of gas, but yet my tank said I still had a half a tank. So my husband's going to have to look at that. And no, it's not my new Lexus. I should have been in my new Lexus, but oops. So what I'm doing is, I'm adding tear and tape to all these tabs. Really, you can glue this. I'm just trying to do this to be quick. And you don't need that much. But yeah, anyhow, I was like, not today of all days. Workshop Wednesday. I still need, like I said, I still needed to make my PDF, because yesterday I was working on my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial for April. Okay, so now that all those have the tear and tape on them, like I said, you could just add glue, but you could glue one at a time. You don't have to do all this. So I'm still peeking over at my computer, and I see that yellow again. Ooh, it looks like a yellow, maybe a brown. So, you know, every so often Stampin' Up! Does a color refresh as well. So every year we get new in colors, but I would say about every 5 years they do a color refresh. So that means some of the colors are going to go out, and they'll bring some either new ones in or some returning favorites. So we already know that Lost Lagoon's coming back and Pretty Peacock, because on the online exclusive they showed us oh my gosh, did I cut this wrong? Oh no. Okay, it goes this way. Scared myself for a minute. I'm trying to talk, and so now we're just gonna roll these over, and what I do is I just line this corner of this tab up with this corner like this. And then that's how you know how far to go over. So as I was saying, we're going to get some new colors, and then we're going to rotate sides. Maybe I should stop talking and just concentrate on the project. So this one, then you're going to rotate. Now we're going to go back to this one, and then just lay it over. And then lay it. And then here, I try to match the corners to corner, this corner to this corner. And then this one's, oh, I knew I'd forget it, but it's okay, because I will show you. I forgot. And we'll just put this one right over, so it's going to look like that. So what I forgot to do is this center section, now that I have all these glued, let's see if I can even do it. And it's not really that big a deal. You could trim it, but like here I was saying, take just like 1/4 of an inch off. My instructions will say that. You just need a little bit off, and the only reason being is, see how this one shows? But we can trim it. So let's do this side, and then I could show you. So again, corner to corner. Corner to corner. And see, now this one we're not going to have nothing up at the top because we trimmed that piece. We're just going to, so see, now there's nothing here, but there's something here. So we will just trim this. I forgot to trim it, so it's 1/4 inch off. Maybe my paper snips. will, sorry, I'm all up in the camera. I didn't do the best job, but so there's our base of our basket. And look, I got that darn score line there. Of course, it would be the one that shows up on top, but now here's our handle. So our handle, just want to curve it with our bone folder. Thank you, Wendy. I like this basket too because it's a nice big basket, you know. So I'm going to use tear and tape again. You can glue, you can staple, whatever you want. I'm using tear and tape. And I didn't put tear and tape in my instructions because I would use liquid glue. But I figured it was a lot of gluing and we'd have to wait just a little bit. You know how the liquid glue, sometimes it'll glue immediately and then other times it needs to, it'll wait around, it needs to glue. So I'm putting two strips because just the extra strength, depending how much stuff you're gonna put in your basket. My tape looks terrible, but we're just gonna put it right there where we cover up the tape and where we cover up the tape like that. I'm wondering which side I should use because I want to hide that, but I don't know if my bunny will hide that. Well, let's try. Okay, so look, there's our basket. How easy was that? So next what we're gonna need is a 1/2 inch by 2.5. So look, piece of granny apple green. So this is 2.5 by 1/2, and we only need this half because we're gonna adhere some grass pieces to it. So I'm using the Playing in the Rain dies. They're not in here because I'm using them. It's the grass. But see, that one's not just for Easter. I was trying to see our Easter sets, what I could use. But I really like the Easter bunny to put him. So we're gonna cut 4 of these pieces of grass. I was gonna say blades of grass. It comes with 2, which is nice. So you can do 2 at a time. And these are gonna be a little sticky in there. Is everybody ready for Easter? It's like, we're like a week away? Like I said, I can't believe we're already April 1st. Wasn't it just January? I feel like we were just in January. Where did February go? Where did March go? And then 2, I think the weather is just not helping. Like, we've been in spring, but our weather is not spring. We actually, the first day of spring, we had snow here. And today when I was in the car, it was like, I think 32 degrees or something. That's why I'm still wearing long sleeves. Okay, so these blades of grass. Let me move these. Oh, that one came out. So on this 1/2 inch piece, we're gonna go ahead and glue just to the ends here. These, blades of grass. It was just something to stick these onto. And of course, I put too much glue, so now I'll have glue all over my fingers. And now we're gonna glue this on to our basket. Right about there. Because I'm gonna try and hide that score line somehow. Oops. See what I mean? Sometimes it'll stick quickly and other times it won't. Move this up a little there. Okay, there. So now we have our grass. So those other two blades of grass, we're gonna wait because we need to, I thought I had all these stamps out. I guess I just had the eggs. We're gonna add those other two, but in a minute. I need to clean this one. Does everybody's chamois look like mine? I wash these, bleach them, and everything. People are like, oh my God, they look so bad, but it still takes the ink off and it doesn't bother anything. So we are going to stamp our bunny and we are gonna stamp our eggs on basic white cardstock. And let me try and, oops, I grabbed the wrong bunny. We are not going to use that bunny. We're using the bunny to the punch. I was wondering why he didn't look right, but I was thinking of putting another bunny on the back side, and then I thought about putting a heart, something so that the back wasn't so plain, but I didn't know what to do. So we're gonna stamp him up. I'm trying to think of my punch, which way it's gonna go. Let's put him over here. And then since I got the ink out, we'll stamp our eggs over here. And we are going to use some Stampin' Blends. Does everybody like to color? I like to color. Others do not. I don't have a problem with coloring them at all. I love the Stampin' Blends, actually. I think I'd probably say that every week. So let me try and color these in a hurry. Here, 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 and here. Did I do that right? So this is pumpkin pie. Oops. This is melon mambo. At first, oh no, I forgot one right there. Like I said, yesterday I was doing my Sweet Stampin' Friends project, and I was getting my two projects confused. Like what, because I was using some blends on that one, and then I was using blends on this one, and I already had all my stuff in the bin for today. So this morning when I was doing my tutorial, good thing I was doing it ahead of time because I had some of the blends in the wrong bin. So this one is Parakeet Party. Oops, and I needed that melon mambo still. Trying to color in a hurry. So I always have things going on. Trying to think of projects. And I had bought all these Easter goodies and hadn't done one single Easter project. So I'm going to try and do some more and then just post them here on my page. They won't be workshop Wednesdays because, like I said, we're only a week away from Easter. Pretty much a week from this Sunday. All right, so there's our eggs. Our bunny, we're just going to put a little bit of pink on her lips and her ear. All right, and of course, we need our Wink of Stella all over her so she could be nice and glittery. We need that bling bling bunny. I don't know why I didn't do the tail because we are going to do something else for the tail. I don't know if you guys noticed on my basket, but she has a cotton tail. Can you guys see the bling on her? The little sparkle. And then unfortunately, again, we have to cut out the eggs. but we're only doing 3 today. I think another project, I had like 6 eggs. Oh, that was in my all occasion card class. We had 6 eggs that they had to cut out. Then they made 2 cards each. So they actually had 12 eggs to cut out. 12 eggs to color and cut out. Sometimes I don't think when I create, I just create. I'm not thinking about, oh my gosh, they're gonna have to cut out this many. The people don't mind though. They have fun. And I think it's just getting together with other crafters. We all just sit around and laugh and have fun. People always lose pieces, but we eventually find them, stuck to them. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our bunny with some dimensionals. So we'll put some dimensionals here. And we're just gonna put him right there. So now the other pieces we are gonna put on with glue dots, because I wanted our bunny on there first so then we could see where we want to put the other pieces of grass. So we're gonna stick this back behind here like this. I'm trying to cover that thing up. I'll keep on trying. And then we'll just stick this other one back under his bottom. Okay, and then we're going to use some mini dimensionals. Let's put 2. Oops, keep getting the top. So we'll put these 2 guys over here. Oh, why is that one not oh, the backing didn't come off. I thought it did. I was wondering why it wasn't sticking, and then we'll just put 1 on this one. Take the backing off. Put it over here. And then what I did is I just grabbed a regular cotton ball, pulled a little bit off, kind of made it nice and round, put some glue on his tail, and stuck the cotton ball there. So that one's probably going to take a bit to dry, but that's okay. We're going to let that dry while we work on our other stuff. So now we're going to stamp the sentiment in Granny Apple Green ink. Cottontail's cute, huh? I was like, I gotta spruce this bunny up somehow. So we're just gonna stamp that in Granny Apple Green. I was like, a cottontail. Let me just grab a cotton ball. And this one we're gonna trim around the words. And I know some people, me and my fussy cutting, it really does not bother me to fussy cut at all. Other people, they like a die. I like a die for everything. I'm not gonna lie on that, but it doesn't bother me to do all this fussy cutting either. I kind of like this. It's so cold. It was so cold that I have my heater on. Now I'm getting hot. Must be all my talking. I hope all my friends in California are getting a break from the rain, but it seems like you guys are getting a lot of wind now, which we get the wind too. The snow's gone. The sun's out. It's just cold. The other day I was walking downstairs and it was, sun was shining bright, but it was snowing. Snowflakes were coming down. I was like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Where did I do with my mini dimensionals? So we're going to use mini dimensionals. So I think the wind over there is what's doing all the damage, if I'm not mistaken. Blowing everything down. Okay, let's hope his little cottontail is still so it looks like we got, so the new in colors look a little bit, I don't know the word. Let's just say they're not bright. Okay, so we're going to put Happy Easter there. Now we're going to tie our bow. So I'm using the glittered ribbon. This is my go-to favorite ribbon, especially if you want some bling. So we're just going to tie a bow. Here, let's flip it this way. Tie our bow. And then I could straighten that bow out after. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be telling you guys about these in colors. I'm not listening, so I don't know what's going on over there, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing or not. But you know, the new catalog's going to be coming out. I hear there's a bunch of exciting things in there. Oops. And you know why that didn't cut? Because I'm not using my correct scissors, my ribbon scissors. Okay, so now we're going to use the twine. And I only used four of the 5 colors. So Sweet Sorbet. And I'm just going to guess, I don't know, I said 7 inches, but it's in my instructions, it's probably more. Let's go with 10. And here I am using the wrong scissors again. Not that these ones are right. So here's my ribbon scissors. So I'm using the Sweet Sorbet, the Orchid Oasis. I don't even know if 10's going to be enough. I'll have to change my instructions. I just put 7 because I was guessing. I don't know. And then we got our Tahitian Tide. And we are going to use Parakeet Party. I just wanted to add some more color. So that's why I said, oh, let's use the in color twines and spruce it up. Okay, so now we're just going to tie a bow. Yeah, so 10 inches will be enough. And there's our bow. We can pull this. There's our bow. Just to add some color. So we're going to use some mini glue dots. And on this one, I would suggest buy a couple of glue dots. And there's one without it sticking to me. It stuck to me. The other day I was walking around all day. I kept wondering, why is my finger so sticky? And I had a mini glue dot on my nail. I'm going to stick this one on here. That way it doesn't stick. And then we're just going to put that right there like that. And then look how colorful it is. Just adds so much more to it. So I don't have any more of this grass handy, but I'm going to show you all the stuff I put in it. I have this bunny bait that I got at Target. It comes like in a pack of, I don't know, 8 to 12, I would say. I put 2 lemon crisp Kit Kats. I put 3 Reese's peanut butter cup eggs. And I bought these little candy bars. It was a pack of 4 at Target as well. And those were in there just like that. See the 2 candy bars, the Reese's and the Kit Kats. And look, you can fit so much more in here. You can even add a gift card or whatever you would like. But there's our project. I hope you guys like it. Do you have any questions before I go? All right, if not, if you want to join my email list and get the project sheet, just let me know. Don't forget to share my video and comment that you shared, because it just shows me how many shares I have. Some I can click onto and see, but that's it. I hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon.